Now more than ever, securing your smartphone is extremely important. Your phone is an inseparable part of you. It's a digital book of your life with detail unlike anything else out there. If a hacker gains access to your smartphone, they basically have access to not only your life, but your mind. This is the Digital Prepper, and today we're going to be looking into what you can do to make sure your smartphone is secure and protected from hackers. Before we get started, I just want to say that this is more going to be focused on security of smartphones. I'm going to be assuming that you are a general user who faces most common threats from low resource targeted attacks, fraud, and scam attacks. Do know that smartphones do openly broadcast a lot of data, and sometimes it's impossible to use them securely in certain situations. The purpose of security is not to be invincible. The goal of security is to exhaust the resources of your threats. Finally, sometimes the concepts of privacy and security overlap, but they are different, so some of the steps I will mention will favor security at the expense of privacy. With that all being said, let's get started. The easiest one on this list would be encrypting your smartphone. For some phones, this could already be enabled by default, but for most of us, you'll need to go digging in your phone settings in order to enable this. Check your device manual for instructions on how to do this. I do believe for iOS this may be a standard feature. With any device, I would recommend that you set a dedicated time to not have your phone be used, as the process can take up to several hours to complete. What you'll also need to do is make sure that you use a strong password. Use an alphanumeric password or a code that is at least 6 digits long. Assuming that you do remember your passwords, you should think about setting your smartphone to delete your data after too many incorrect attempts. This will protect your phone from brute force attacks if someone steals your smartphone. However, given enough time and resources, they could bypass the encryption. Also, do note, device encryption will not protect against malware that is on your device already, or if someone gains access to your smartphone remotely. Do remember that both Android and iOS allow you to remotely wipe your device if it has been lost or stolen. If you do resort to this, do note that it will not wipe your SD card if you have one installed on your smartphone, so any content on there may be vulnerable. The second thing I'm going to talk about is phone updates. Most hacks, not just in smartphones, but in general, occur because the software on the device has not been updated, or people are using bad passwords to access it. Hackers share this information on online forums and rely on users like you not updating your devices to be able to hit them with malware. You need to set your device to automatically download and install updates. And do note that a lot of malware doesn't stay on your phone after a reboot. So if you can go into your device settings and set your phone to reboot every night when you're not using it, would help you a lot. Speaking of updates, your smartphone applications have the easiest access to all of your data. What you can do to make sure that these are safe is twofold. One, be minimalist with your apps. Don't have multiple of the same type of app. Find ones that do multiple things at once. Remember to only keep the applications that you actively use and uninstall apps that you no longer need. You're more exposed to software vulnerabilities when you have hundreds of applications on your smartphone. Hackers could exploit software vulnerabilities on applications that may not have been updated in a while. Finally, don't download or install apps from outside of the official app stores. These repositories are signed by the developers and platforms, which ensures their authenticity of the applications. Do note that this does not mean that you can just blindly trust everything that you can see out there. Do your research, because there have been times where an application on both the Android and iOS app stores have infected applications that have infected lots of smartphones. With applications, you should not do things on your phone without an application firewall. Sometimes smartphone applications do require tons of unnecessary permissions, and there can be malicious applications on the app stores that will steal your data when you install them. This can be prevented to a large extent by having a good application firewall. The best free and open source option is NetGuard or No Root Firewall for Android, and for iOS users, there's an application called Lockdown that will do the same thing. There are two ways that you can use firewall applications, which are you can review your applications and restrict network access to them individually. This is called blacklisting, or what you can do is automatically block network access to any apps and any apps that will be installed in the future, and only allow the ones that you truly need it for. This is called whitelisting. Another way to secure your smartphone and yourself online is to make sure that you are enabling two-factor authentication on your device and any websites that you visit. Most people have a Google account or an Apple ID enabled on their phones, but do remember that these accounts are only as secure as you secure them. Use strong passwords, use a two-factor authentication app that generates one-time passwords. For more information, go ahead and check out our video where I go over two-factor authentication and why you may also be using it wrong. Finally, this is something that's a little bit more simple, but do make a habit to disable Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity when you're not using them. You should also disable automatic connection to both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, as hackers can easily set up a malicious network, and if your phone connects to it, your device and your data can be compromised. You should be aware of every network connection that your phone makes. I would also avoid using public Wi-Fi connections unless you absolutely need to, or if you do, use a VPN to hide your traffic when connected to an open network. Go ahead and take a look at the card on the side if you need more information on VPNs and how to use them. To wrap up, let me reiterate that now more than ever, securing your smartphone is extremely important. Your phone is an inseparable part of you, and it's important to secure the data, and in a lot of cases, your livelihood is stored on these devices. I hope that these simple steps can assist you with your digital preparedness and help keep you safe. If you've liked the video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to get more videos like this that will help you with your digital preparedness. If you have any ideas for more videos, or if you want to share your experiences with prepping, leave a comment down below. More digital prepping to come.